Okay, this is going to be a video on how to remove the interior, trim in general, of a NA chassis Miata. This specific example is a 1997. So first step to remove carpet is what I'm actually doing here, is to remove the seats, and it's just 4 bolts. They are 14. What's this? Yeah, 14 millimeter. Let's take out those 4. Here, I put these, pretty much every bolt and screw and everything I take out, I put it back into the hole it came from, just so I don't lose it. Bobby pin can fuck off. And then I'm removing the carpet here, so I take out these exterior trim pieces, these 4 Phillips head screws. I believe they're number 1. It's a number 1 screwdriver is what I used, and it worked just fine. Is that number 1? Yeah, it's a number 1. 3-inch number 1. And then next, on removing the carpet, is to remove the screws holding in your center console. There's 1 right there, 2 in here, and then 1 right here on either side on the back as well. Okay, once you have the center console out, you're going to want to remove these plastic things, little clips, bullshit things that break every single time you freaking take them out. There's 5 across here, you take those out. And the one here, this is just Velcro, and it'll just go right around your e-brake stock. These e-brakes come with a little plastic shroud bullshit thing with I think it's a brake in the front. And you can just sort of jimmy it and wiggle it and take it out. And then, if you still have your tombstone, AC controls, radio, that sort of shit in it still, there's going to be... oh shit, I can't remember how it goes. Shitty. Oh well. Oh, you don't actually need to take out the tombstone, because you can just leave the tombstone in the dash and then pull the whole dash. Don't mind me. Okay, so next you're going to take out your entire dash, which is this whole bar with the dash, and we'll have the tombstone with it and everything. So you'll take out 1, 2, what are these, 14s? Yeah, 2 14s on each side of this, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then over here and over here, there's 2, what are these, 12s or 10s? Either 10 or 12 millimeter bolts, and then you'll be able to take out, hold that, oh yeah, and under here, probably can't see it very well, but right where my finger is, there is 2 of those 12 millimeter bolts holding the steering column to the bottom of the dash. You'll need to take those out as well. It's always a good idea when you're taking this type of shit out to have a bottle of PB Blast or liquid wrench or whatever, just some penetrating oil to spray on those bitches before you take them off, because they're going to want to break and snap the heads or something, and they're going to try and be a right pain in your ass. So it's good to just spray them all down real well with PB Blast or penetrating oil of some sort before you go and wrench on them. Alright, for this next step, if you haven't done it already, you're going to want to disconnect either the positive or negative terminal on the battery, because the next step we're going to be taking this whole thing out. On a stock Miata with the still plastic and leather looking bullshit over it, you won't be able to just grab it like this. You'll have to probably grab under the side here and here, or team lift it out from the sides with both the doors open, and have one person on either side and sort of lift it out and over this and then out the back of the car. Before you lift it out, you'll need to disconnect these 2 plugs from this, and that's part of the reason why you need to disconnect the battery. It's because or one of these two, I can't remember which one, goes to, oh, that's the blue one. This blue one goes to your airbag here, and if you're fucking around with that without your battery disconnected, you could detonate your airbag in your face, which would be very unpleasant and painful, most likely. Also, with these kind of white plugs, there's a couple under here that we'll need to do as well. It's best to get the button pressed down and then rock them side to side long ways, and that gets them out the best. And then I'm going to pull this out, and then I'm going to go ahead and show which plugs need to be undone on this side to get it out. Okay, so originally I skipped a step on accident because I forgot there's one thing in the cluster that plugs into the cluster that goes straight through the firewall. That's for the oil pressure sensor. So you will need to take the entire cluster out, the cluster shroud, and then the cluster itself out of your dash to do this. Alright, so on the back of the cluster, this, it's got some grease in it. That's alright. This is the oil pressure sensor. Hooks into this, and that just goes straight back and through the firewall. So you have to take that out before you can take the dash out. If you got little skinny ass arms, probably skinnier than mine even, you might maybe be able to reach up and behind. Oh shit. All the way up here. You can sort of feel around and feel the top of this and squeeze down on that and try and pull it back. Maybe. And then pull the dash out. But that might be just as much of a pain in the ass as just taking the dash out or taking the cluster out anyways. So either way, it does need to come out before this whole brace bar and dash assembly will come out. Okay, now that you've got the dash out, or I can show you there was two big plugs and one little one. One white one, one blue one. And then these just go straight to the steering column and the ignition and indicators. So you can leave the rest of those. Then there's one that comes down and into here through the bottom of the dash that you'll need to disconnect, that goes to the sensor for the e-brake. And then obviously the cluster to unplug it to get that shit out. And then this here goes straight to the oil pressure sensor. Okay, so last step, getting the primary carpet here out. It's going to be just go one last sweep around. Once you've already got those clips on the sides here undone and the trim pieces put back on. Also, there's one thing I forgot, bolts right here. That's what the center console bolts into. It's just like a piece of steel. It looks sort of like, I don't know, bat wings or something, I guess. And just two Phillips head, number one Phillips head screws. Take those two out. You can take it. You can set it with your other shit you're going to put back in eventually if you want to. And then just go around looking for all of these little bullshits. There might be one or two up here to do. If you have not completely deleted all your AC shit, there's going to be a ton of stuff right here taking up all this sort of space. And this one will probably be hard to get to up here because it'll be up under where the center, am I remembering that right? Or no, because this is the heater one that's right here. It might be right in between where the heater one sits with the heater core and the main control that controls where everything fucking flows for the AC. But you need to pop that out, and then you should be good to go to pull your carpet. Of course, all of this really, technically speaking, isn't necessary. You could just do a fucking hack job and cut on the sides here and here like fucking Haggard Garage and everyone does. But it's not quite as clean looking. In my case here, I'm going to need to cut this wire. Everyone else probably will not have this wire. So you can see it's fucking just ghetto rigged into here. Going back to the trunk somewhere. I need to figure out what the fuck that is. Comes from nowhere. Okay, well, yeah, welcome to my Miata. Ghetto ass shit, just jury rigged everywhere. Anyway, I will get the rest of this shit out and come back if anything pops back up here. Okay, one thing I did forget is these two little I don't know what the fuck these are called, nuts with on here on this little fake pedal bullshit. Go ahead and just take those two little things out. Set those little guys right there. Pull that bastard off. Set it off to the side. And get all your shit out of the way, and then you should be able to get your carpet out. Also, one thing I found with mine is it's easier to start from the outsides and sort of peel it this way. And it peels away from the under mat and like the, I don't know, fabric, woven wool, sound deadening bullshit. If you start from this side and peel it that way, because I was originally trying to peel it back this way, it didn't work as well. But on this side, I just pulled it on that and it all came up. Pretty simple. So yeah, there you go. I'm gonna finish this and then show you what it looks like. Alright, this is what it looks like with just the carpet out. There was another one of these. I don't know I know they're sound deadening, but I don't know what they're made out of. Just like recycled fabric. There's one on this side. I got that one out already. The point of what I'm doing here is I'm going to stitch weld the frame in a couple places and take off this seam sealer down here and re-weld it along there. And if there's any welds under like any of this seam sealant, I'm just going to strengthen them up. And along here, do stitch welds, probably around right here, and take this off. The rubber boot around the turret and take that off, and stitch weld anything underneath there. I'm also about to take this rubber coating here. I think it's just waterproofing for the shit below it. I'm going to take that off and then the fabric, this crap on both sides, and then come back. Okay, one thing that I just found, it's kind of concerning, at least a little bit to me, is this right here. Where was it sitting? It was sitting somewhere, yeah, right like that. But all this like seam sealer shit here, this thick rubber stuff, it's getting old and just all cracking off. It was all cracked up and there's a big piece sticking up right there, and so I was like, oh, that's coming off anyways. And so I pulled on it and it popped right off because it had been kicked up. And if you see right here, the frame is like bubbled up a little bit, and there's a little crease in the frame right down here. And there might be other little things that I'm missing just yet, or that I'm still sort of missing because I haven't seen them yet. But this one still sits pretty well in its little pad of seam sealer sound deadening bullshit right there. So it still sits fairly happily right there. But that, plus I don't know if you can see them right here, but all these big ass cracks in the fender right back here tell me that it most likely slid into something like a pillar or something or other like that. So I'm gonna keep going and pulling this shit out and see what else I can find about this car. Alright, so pulling out this fabric sound deadening shit is really, really dusty, so I'd recommend wearing a mask. But also, one of these plastic scraper things really helps. Just push it all right up and out, just like that. And gets it all off. Really a lot easier than picking at it by hand. So just get yourself one of those. Get up under the bitch like that. Someone had something spilled and leaked onto it. It's fucking wonderful. Alright, there you go. Just chase that bitch up. There you go. Out she comes. Perfect. Just like that.